Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 37th episode of the Fandom Flux podcast. As always, I'm your host, KCW, and with me this week we have Slicer.
Hello.
Zero.
Back again. Once again.
And Kenshi.
Hi, I'm Kenshi618, and if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
It's okay.
We don't even have that in this country. That's not fair.
You don't have Big Red?
No, we don't really get any good chewing gum in this country. We get
great chocolate, though, apparently.
We do. Fucking Cadbury's and fucking... Actually, pretty much just Cadbury's, because I don't like the fancy stuff.
Cadbury's.
Not nice. Hey.
I love those Cadbury's.
Alright, so we're going to do what we're doing. What the hell are you talking about? Speak up if you're going to speak, Zero, please.
Sorry. I'm just muttering to myself about Cadbury's.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So, we're going to do what we're doing. We'll start with Ken, because why not?
Alright, probably not much to say. I had to learn a new... they're like changing our entire system of doing stuff at work, and they're implementing it this weekend, which is today, which is the first day of it. So that's going to suck later.
Great.
Yep. Let's see. My brother's going to come back for a short stretch of a few weeks. I'm interested in seeing him again. Maybe he'll fight me this time.
Like a man.
Yeah, he hasn't fought me in years, ever since he realized I was better than him. Of course, now that he's an actual soldier, that might have changed. So
maybe.
We'll see. If he fights me, I'll tell you all about it later.
Through your wired jaw, or...
Really? You think he's going to beat me that badly if he's better than me?
Yeah, I feel like he will have some issues to work out on your, I don't know, corpse, possibly.
Issues. He loves that job. He loves being a soldier.
Just protect your ability to talk so you can come back here and talk about it.
I'd rather protect...
You just said that he never beat you.
Yeah.
And he might be able to now. What do you think is going to happen if he does?
Nothing.
Keep that optimism, Ken.
Yeah, I will. You might have been training for fucking, 4 months, but I've been doing this. I've been training You might have been training hand-to-hand a little bit just so you know enough to survive for 4 months, but I've been doing this shit for fun and learning new shit on random.
You know what's funny?
Barehanded for 6 years.
You know what's funny is, at my old martial arts place, we once had a guy who used to go there who went to the military, and he came back to come train with us, and he couldn't keep up at my old martial arts place. So just because you're in the military doesn't mean you're, the most fit you possibly can be. Sometimes, martial artists work muscles that most military guys don't always work.
Yeah, I guess military training is mostly general fitness more than specifically for hand-to-hand combat, which is, as I understand it, a very specific set of muscles.
And I'm bigger than him again.
Again.
Yeah. He used to
also, it's why that Rocky IV montage where he's training with, a fucking... What's the name of that farm equipment where you just hold it and it's like a harness thing? You sort of twist with it. It's fucking... Yeah, that. And he's doing twists with that, and that's not how you train to be a boxer. That... Yeah. So, yeah. You might lose, but you're right, it's not especially likely.
Just don't get hit. There you go.
But getting hit's like half my strategy.
Is it actually, or are you just taking the piss? I can't tell.
No, I'll let people jab me. Most of the time I don't mind being hit in the face because I'm ugly already. So I let people hit me in the forehead and stuff. I'll lean my forehead and try to break their hand.
So would your nickname be Kenshi, right back at you?
No.
Pretty sure that's trademarked.
No.
That's horrible. I want to stab you right now for bringing that up at all.
I'm just playing.
And let's see, other than that, I finally figured out what's wrong with my car. I fixed the AC in it, and now I just got to fix one more thing. So yeah, I'm not going to be sweating my balls off my car this summer, and I can drive again pretty soon. So yeah, I do everything.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a Renaissance man. I write things poorly, I fix cars poorly, and I fight professionally poorly. I don't do anything well, but I do everything.
Well, at least you have a theme. I mean...
Well. Do you actually have a theme? That's a good point. Do you have a theme for when you go into fights?
No.
This isn't wrestling.
Actually, you do get walkout music, but you it's not really. You can pick whatever you want for whichever fight you're doing. Doesn't matter. So I try to. Actually, I should start coming out to weird shit to psych my opponent out.
Yeah. Oh.
They're
like
probably
Barbie,
coming out to some.
or
They're probably coming out to some rap or some fucking metal or something, and I'll probably end up coming out to the fucking Pokemon theme or Power Rangers.
Yeah. Or just come out and like the song just starts playing. It's like raindrops keep falling on my head, they keep falling. Like what?
Nah.
Yeah, just something.
If I'm gonna go that route, I need something way weirder.
Way weirder. Okay.
There's a ballad in one of the Final Fantasy games. It's like I don't know. Just some RPG music where they're supposed to be having this big deep moment, and it's all quiet and strings and stuff.
The victory theme.
I'll come out to a remixed Mega Man theme or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Like the Proto Men. One of their songs.
One of them.
Good thing it's not too professional. Otherwise, you'd have to get sponsors and to get that music.
No, you don't.
Really? I assumed it'd be copyright stuff.
If it's broadcast, then maybe. But
maybe, because, like, UFC fighters come out to, like, everything. So I don't know if they get, like, this licensing for using the song on one night or whatever.
You should
probably if it's broadcast, but otherwise
I mean,
not so
they
much.
dub over it if they're rebroadcasting the fights, or like if they're putting matches of a bunch of different events together, they'll like dub over the songs with like some production music, studio music, from what they actually used on the night of the actual event. But I'm not sure if they actually have to buy the rights to use it.
Just play Digimon and then go out there dressed as Agumon.
I'm not going to do that.
Digimon are the champions.
I'm not doing either of those things.
I would psych him out.
No, it wouldn't.
It would a little bit, but yeah, okay.
I'd be psyched out if I saw Agumon coming to punch the crap out of me.
Yeah, he's like a fucking dragon or something, right?
Yeah.
Sort of. More of a lizard.
I'd rather come out in a full-body dragon costume and then take it off. Just a random full-body dragon costume, like a Barney costume for a dragon.
And then you get on stage, or you get on the, you get in the ring, and they just rip it open. And you're like, I'm here.
There's an idea.
Okay.
The Barney theme.
There we go.
The Barney theme.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you. You love me.
I couldn't quite remember the words, and I hate singing, so thanks for doing that.
You absolutely have to do that when you get back into a fight,
I don't know if I have
You've got to do that and film it.
I don't know if I have the heart to do it.
Aw.
Like, it sounds like I'd love to see the reactions from it, but I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, go on.
Alright, I'm done with this topic, and that's pretty much all I've done this week.
Oh, I found a death metal version of Barney. Yay.
Wow. I should have expected that, but I totally didn't.
Alright, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay. Zero, you want to go next?
Okay. So this week was full of a bunch of Nintendo news, and since I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I noticed that, I was kind of excited. Nintendo announced that they're going to have, I mean, everyone already know about this, by the time this comes out, but they announced that they are putting a GameCube port thing. So you plug it into your Wii U, and you get 4 GameCube ports for GameCube controllers. So you can play GameCube controllers with the new Smash, which is great.
I'm going to wait till the price comes about. before I get excited about that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll cost too much, though. It's only like a port. People are estimating around $20, but yeah, I don't
That
know.
would be fine, I think.
Also, Nintendo kind of freaked me out a little bit because Nintendo's weird. They
Yeah.
announced for DLC for Japan only. In Mario Kart 8, you can drive a Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, I read about this.
Well, yeah, they got the whole business deal thing, so...
A Mercedes-Benz in Mario Kart 8. I have no clue why you would do that, other than to make money.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. Nintendo were kind of the last to get into the whole online thing, and they implemented it in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
I mean, other companies have done it this way before, but Nintendo just kind of jumped in head first.
Well, if you're going to do that, why hold back?
Yeah. So that kind of weirded me out. Sonic Boom, for Sonic Boom, they announced that there's going to be a new character. Styx the Jungle Badger.
Fucking badger.
I mean, it's a badger, but I'm just calling her. Everybody's calling her Styx the Jungle Badger.
They didn't so much reveal as they just gave her a name. We already actually found out her design. Most people just thought that was Marine now.
Yeah.
No, they did a whole thing. They released a video about the voice actress and stuff.
She sounds
and
like
what the character is.
Styx is going to probably be annoying. A little bit annoying.
A little bit.
Yeah. An annoying character in Sonic? Shocking.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be much different.
She's a conspiracy theorist, so there's one point in her favor.
And a shut-in as well, so they're playing to their audience a little bit.
Yeah. Funny thing I noticed, Sonic Boomsticks. There you go.
Yeah, you're not the first person to comment that, but yes.
I'm not the first person. I know other people are doing it, but Sonic Boomsticks. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's have an Evil Dead Sonic game.
And we're back. I don't know what just happened. Something, call cut out, audio cut out. I don't know. Something happened, so we're back. Zero, you were talking about something?
Yeah. Slicer said there was a new character for Sonic Boom or something. I can't remember what.
Somebody predicted there was going to be a character named Stones, so Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, that would be an obvious thing to go for.
Yeah. I feel like they really should do that, even if they weren't planning to.
I feel like Stones will be the Sonic character that actually made Leg Day. You know? Or something. Because we know Knuckles missed Leg Day, so somebody had to have been there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Can I just jump in and say something that Nintendo announced as well? If very briefly. They have a new policy for Let's Players.
Oh yeah, there's that.
You have to partner up with Nintendo and share your revenue with them.
Revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to be putting up the rest of that Pokemon Let's Play with all this faffing about that Nintendo are doing.
Well, I mean, sure.
It's just...
I mean, you could do that. I mean, what's exactly you're giving them part of your revenue? What's part of nothing?
That's not what I'm worried about. It's because they keep faffing about and changing their policy, which means at some point they could just say, okay, yeah, we're not bothering, we're not doing this, we're not letting you do this anymore. And then I will have like 20 content strikes on the channel that we upload the podcast on.
Yeah, that's instant deletion there.
Yeah, I'm not risking that. So,
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I might have to take the first episode down and we'll just not do Nintendo stuff. I'm sick of worrying about it, to be honest.
Nintendo's just making more
I actually kind of thought it was.
time.
I actually kind of thought it was banned before. Just Pokemon was kind of a weird.
It was,
thing.
and then they let up because people were really pissed off about it, and now they've come up with this thing, which I think they think is, this is a step in the right direction. This is how things will work, and everyone will love us again.
No.
It's not. It just feels like they're going back and forth and can't make up their minds on what they want to do.
Yeah.
Which they can't, because they have no idea how to react to this stuff. So, just not going to bother. Sorry.
I have a feeling some people are going to be accepting pay cuts pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So
yeah, sorry to interrupt, Zero.
That's okay. So basically, this week I kind of, I've been home because I just finished up with school. So, I started writing a lot of stuff.
Yay!
And I wrote a new story. First chapter is up. It's called World and Us. It's Kill la Kill in Persona.
I should follow you as an author.
Oh, thank you. But
just to say I don't. But
yeah. So it's basically takes place 32 years after the end of Persona 3. And there's lots of stuff and explaining I do in the chapter, so I really don't want to just say everything now. Yeah. Give it a read if you like Kill la Kill and Persona. Or if you like Persona and don't know anything about Kill la Kill and want to learn. I don't know. I'm not you. Yeah. Because there are literally no Kill la Kill and Persona fics. There's one, and it's by Zen One, I think, or Zenon. And it's 809 words. One chapter.
Lovely. I think it's probably Xenon. He's a guy from Disgaea.
Yeah. Tip to authors, if you don't want to be dismissed just out of hand as being shit quality writing, at least 1,000 words.
At least, yeah.
Absolute minimum.
Yeah.
Absolute minimum.
Like, I always, like, for me, I said it when I started out seriously writing, I was like, minimum of 4,000 words for first chapter. Because you want to give people something to read and, give them enough time to, get their interest.
I agree with that for first
I'm
chapter,
a little more lenient on, but, yeah. Because, I mean,
first chapter, I think I agree with Zero for first chapter. You want to have something significant to give people so they get a better idea of what your story is.
Yeah, because if you don't give them enough, it's only going to take 2 seconds to read, and then they'll just kind of forget about it. And maybe they won't fully understand everything that you're trying to write.
I guess it depends, because if it's a prologue, you're telling a very specific segment of the story, and sometimes that isn't very long.
To defeat that, to basically negate that altogether, I tend to post blocks. When I first start a story, I'll try to either post in blocks or do back to back to back really quick.
That's also a solution, yeah.
Yeah, you released 3 chapters at once via less than 0, yes?
That was for a different reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you just wanted to release that one?
Huh?
You just wanted to release that one? Had to get it out of the way?
The reason I did the 3 for that one is because it probably would have, after I finished the first chapter, it would have taken more than a few days, but what I felt comfortable with, just leaving one chapter hanging when I hadn't really explained any. You had no idea what the story was going to be about really from the first chapter or where it was going to go, and I didn't like leaving it in the air like that, so I did the 3, which basically took 2 weeks longer than I wanted it to. But yeah.
I was going to write 3 chapters for World and Us, like the first 3 chapters, but then I was feeling kind of unsure about it, so I just put up the first chapter just to see how people would respond to it. And seems to be getting good. One person said, "Oh my dear sweet God, I don't think it was possible," but someone else has managed to make a good Kill la Kill crossover. So.
Yeah, those seem to be not so great.
There are very few good Kill la Kill crossovers.
Yeah, it's not exactly a story style or concept that really lends itself to joining with other stories or concepts. It's very unique.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I look forward to writing it. I look forward to kind of showing how, basically, since it's so far in the future, everything's kind of changed a lot in terms of Persona 3 and Persona 4 characters, too.
Oh, cool.
Like, in Kill la Kill, like, the world's basically run by conglomerates and everything. Well, Nanako is now the head of the Junes conglomerate.
Of course.
Naturally,
right? and like the investigation team all work for the Junes conglomerate. The Kiricho group is its own conglomerate that kind of butts heads with Raggio's. So, yeah.
Okay.
I can see them having some problems. The Reeboks having problems conquering the world. Yes, I get it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
If they got that much competition, Japan's going to be a hard battle. And the rest of the world maybe is kind of easy, but...
Like, the Kirijo group basically almost entirely backed out Japan, but they've got France locked down, because frickin' why not?
Sure.
And, you know, hey, you know, Mitsuru knows French. Yeah, I combined France and French.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah?
Is Reebok really that big a deal? Because Kill la Kill seems to think they're taking over the world, and I'm not seeing that.
I buy shoes that are $5, so I know nothing about big-name shoes.
As far as I'm aware, Reebok are kind of in that price range, or they're pretty much the bargain brand name, or one of them, anyway.
I think they just chose Reebok so that they could make covers.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Because honestly, that seems to be the only reason why you would choose Reebok as a name.
Yeah, oh well. It's really weird, though.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Even in that show. Anyway.
So yeah, World and Us, it's a new crossover I did. You know, if you like Kill la Kill and Persona, I'm just going to plug myself a little bit. Just give it a read. I just released it yesterday. So, I don't know. Also, this
32 years. Ooh, old Mitsuru. Had not thought of that ever.
She has a kid now.
Did not consider that could happen.
With who? Some random unnamed person?
Akihiko.
Or? Ah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
They named her Miki after Akihiko's dead sister.
Was it Miki or was it Maki?
Miki.
I don't know.
It was Miki, Aki, and Shinji.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got that from Sam Jazz, and he has a tendency to get names wrong, if you hadn't noticed.
Minato Arasoto.
Yeah, anyway. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, it's okay. But, yeah, it deals with a very different world. I'm looking forward to fleshing that out. Also to note, this week, I did some D&D, sort of. I can't remember if anything major happened. Yeah. Tried to do some D&D the other day, and, you know, we all ended up talking and not getting anything done. Yeah, that happens. Also my boss quit.
Huh.
At my work. My manager at my store, he quit. Just
Is there a reason, or?
He was just going to leave without saying goodbye to anybody. And he did a pretty good job of that. Or giving it too much of a reason. I think the stress just got to him.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that, just up and walk out.
No, he gave us 2 weeks. He just didn't tell anybody.
Oh, right.
Except for his superiors, that he gave us 2 weeks. So we were all surprised. Oh. And now we got a new boss, and now it's official that my KFC store is a matriarchy. Because the assistant manager and the manager are both female. So yeah, we got... I worked... Like, last night, everybody's graduating, so everybody wants KFC, and it was just sucky. It made me hate the world.
Because when I graduate, I want my graduation meal to be KFC.
I'm not joking. It was super busy.
I know you're not. That's why it's
there were
funny.
So many family meals sold.
When I want to take
not even a nice dinner, just like steak or something. I want KFC.
After the most important day of his teenage life, graduating high school, I want to take him out to KFC and splurge on that family meal, just to show you I care.
Big bargain bucket.
Nearly my entire family doesn't eat gluten, so I can totally understand that. Sometimes you just want something with bread. Like, I'm the only person that can eat bread in this house.
It was just
Sucks.
super hard, because I was the only cook. So I had to cook just a crap ton nonstop cooking, and I was there till like 11:40. And it was supposed to be done at 10:30. So
You want to know the sign that you have a real job?
What?
When
You have
you
to stay
don't
really
have
late.
when you don't have to work on Memorial Day, and you get paid 4 hours anyway.
Yeah, I don't have a real job.
Neither did. Don't worry, I didn't either. It'll happen eventually, like it did for me.
One day, I can dream.
Did you say I can drink?
I can dream. No, I'm not going to drink.
You wouldn't drink even if you...
No, you're too young to drink anyway.
Yeah, I'm 19. I'm not old enough. If I did get drunk, I'd have to come on this podcast and talk while drunk, though. But I'm never going to get drunk.
In this country. You can come visit, get drunk,
Nah.
and go home.
Yeah, I'm never going to drink.
If,
one of the
never?
things I'm never going to do.
If I ever see Zero in person, there's a list of 4 things that need to happen if I ever see Zero in person. One of those things is getting him drunk. Another of those things is getting him laid. Which would be more easy, which I feel would be easier if he were drunk, because I feel he'd be less nervous and would babble. He's the kind of person that would babble if he was drunk, which seems entertaining.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd love to see an angry drunk Zero. That'd be hilarious.
I don't think he'd be angry.
I don't either. That's what makes it
I
funny.
think he'd just be talkative, and he wouldn't talk. He seems like the type to be talkative about nothing. He wouldn't be talking about anything that mattered, but he wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. I'm not a big drinker, Zero. I barely drink ever. Like maybe once a year, if that. But I do think you should try drinking at some point. I think it's something that people should do.
If only once.
I'm scared of what a drunk me might do. That's the thing.
Well, there's the thing, it only happened once. And you'll have a reason to not do it again.
Part of me feels like I would be an angry drunk. I don't know why.
I really doubt that.
I have this suppressed rage inside of me.
Sure you do. It's adorable. Like a kitten trying to be cute.
As long as you're not the huggy type, as long as you're not the physical kind of drunk, the kind that's always hanging off people, hugging on people that has no business touching.
Can I be that and the angry drunk?
That's not a good combination.
Oh. Alright, we got off topic. I'm done with my week. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Slicer?
I haven't done shit. Wait, no, I did one thing. I put up the first part of my Daggers Only run, where I just go through Dark Souls 1 with a Bandit's Dagger, a Parrying Dagger, a Hornet's Ring, and Fap Ring.
How's that working out for you?
Easily, actually. It's not very difficult.
You also did something else.
I did? What?
You caught up on Red vs. Blue entirely.
Right, yeah, I'm finished with that. I actually really like that series. I'm, emotionally invested in stuff.
Yeah. It's good, that second half of the series. Well, just over half, but still.
Yeah. I didn't expect it to be that, get cool. That, I don't know, immersive, I guess.
And I don't know why you hate the first half of it so much, Casey. I mean, I kind of like the fact that it was a show about nothing at first.
It's the same thing as Seinfeld, and I don't like Seinfeld either. So that's probably why. It's just so nothing. I fell asleep watching season 2 recently. I bought the 10-season box set when that came out. Watched the first season, was practically asleep by the end of it. Put in the second season, I was asleep. That was it. I was done. Middle of the day, just fell asleep.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the first 5 seasons. But once you actually get plot and real character growth and stuff, the story gets a bit meatier, and it's good stuff. And I love it.
I can understand how rewatching it wouldn't have the same entertainment value.
I liked it the first time round, which is more than I can say for the people I tried to get into it. The ones in this country, that is. Once I had the first season on DVD and had a bunch of my friends try and watch it, and they just fucking dead silence for the entire season. I think there was one laugh for the blue spider thing, and that was about it.
Huh.
It was kind of torture to be in that room just because everyone was so not fussed about it.
Weird.
Well, that's England.
Yeah, my friends sucked.
I can tell.
They were lame.
They just sit there and not smile at anything. They just stare at the wall and watch the paint dry.
Yeah. I can't even say it's just that it's an American style of comedy. I enjoyed it. I don't know.
Are you secretly American?
Do you have some American blood?
You'd be surprised how many times I get asked that question.
It's a real question for you.
Do you actually have an American flag hidden underneath your bed?
Right.
Well, that kind of died for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't decide whether to try and be funny or to just fucking no. That's no. No.
I was waiting for one or the other, really.
Yeah. I couldn't decide.
Flash to Casey's room and he's just wearing the American flag.
Yeah, they say the first rule of improv is to just say yes to everything, but
No.
American flag, no. That's just no.
It's just go one step too far.
Yeah. So nothing else, Lisa?
No. As far as I know, that's it.
Yeah, aside from thinking Red vs. Blue is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've spent most of my week just playing Kingdom Hearts because, when I replaced my PS3, all my data was lost, so... And I'm not sure if you get anything for having a save data complete, like a complete game save, when you play Kingdom Hearts 2. So, yeah. When that comes out. I mean, 2.5.
Okay, so my week's been something. I realized, remember I mentioned I was starting a new writing project where I do like a journal of the Dragonborn and Skyrim?
I remember.
Yeah, it dawned on me, like, maybe the second chapter in when I was reading Wanderer's Diary. And I was thinking, hey, this is really cool concept. I mean, I feel like, hey, I could do... Oh, wait. Yeah, I totally accidentally ripped that off without even realizing it.
I still maintain nobody is going to care. They're just going to like more of it.
Yeah, entirely... Well, not entirely true. Let's not assume that it's going to be good before I've even, like, actually written anything decent of it.
Remember when you did the Harry Potter Game of the Year edition?
Yeah. You remember when I did the Persona 4 Face Every Shadow?
Yeah.
That was
I'm noticing a pattern.
There's a pattern here.
Remember when we started a podcast and it was very, very similar to the Internet Box?
Yeah.
You remember when I started doing Pokemon Let's Plays?
Yeah. 10 out of 10 originality.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning on doing Star Wars and Speedrunners at some point, so
yeah,
let the unoriginality continue.
Too. Yeah. I just kind of rip everything off. Whoops.
Even if he doesn't think that he's ripping something off, he's ripping something off.
Some people
In fairness, usually I ask permission.
Some people would call that a unique talent.
Yeah. Some people.
He's got a particular set of skills.
Are you going to get your cutie mark soon?
Okay. Yeah, so I made that realization. Yay.
Fandom Flux
Yay.
all the time.
Fandom Flux is all original. Okay.
Completely
We have an episode
100
title.
out of 10 originality.
Right. We were in the middle of my segment, so I had to stop to type that because I can't multitask to save my life.
Sure.
Right. And I bought Transistor, which is a cool game.
Does it work?
Kind of. It works, yes.
A lot of people are having startup crashing, so.
No, it works fine. It's an odd game. I very much like the style and the tone of it. It's very like film noir meets cyberpunk and stuff. Just cool. And there's a dedicated sing button that like it'll have the soundtrack playing, and then if you press the button and hold it, then it'll just start a vocal track that hums along to the tune. It's very nice. It sounds very nice. The story's kind of oblique in that very Dark Souls way where most of the exposition you get is from flavor text.
And everyone is screwed forever?
It seems to be so far. Most of the characters you meet are dead, so to speak. It's very strange. Yeah,
I'm
I like
lacking
it.
any sort of context for that. I should probably make gameplay videos or something.
The way that the game works, you play as this character who is holding a, well, I assume it is the titular transistor, and you can wield it, and it has programs that are installed on it that let you do things like you can attack that stuns, or you can do a long-range attack and stuff, and it's basically style is programs. So everything's cyber everything, because that's the style.
Yeah.
And you get programs by finding corpses of people, and you upload their minds or souls or whatever into the transistor, and they become programs that you can use in combat.
Corpse program.
Yeah.
I got
so
a
pretty
dead
much
clown. What do you got? I've got a dead fast food worker. Awesome.
Yeah, pretty much every character you meet is dead, or will be dead soon after they've finished attacking you. Yeah. Not exactly a cheery game, but I do love the style, like I said.
Maybe they all just kill themselves as soon as they hear you're coming. They just
I want to be
really
part
like
of that
you.
weapon.
Either, yeah. I hate my life. Let's go be part of a weapon. Okay. Pistol for you, a pistol for me.
So yeah, Transistor, it's good. I'll hold off saying great until I know what the hell is going on, because I very much don't. I'm guessing for most of that plot summary that I just gave you. I purchased the final upgrade for my PC that I will be getting. Slicer pretty much talked me into it.
Not really. You were
If
going to
memory
talk
serves,
yourself
you
into
said,
it.
why not just get it? It's the last piece you need, right? And I was like, the last piece I need.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much where my mind went, and I just ordered it. Actually, I flipped a coin, and then I ordered it because it came up heads. So, I have everything. I have a new motherboard, new CPU, new graphics card, all sorted. New memory, added some more memory. My computer is a beast. It is great. It'll run pretty much anything that comes out.
It's
Yay.
officially better than mine by quite a bit, actually.
Or so I thought.
Oh.
Until I downloaded Watch Dogs, which came free with the graphics card because it was a good one. And apparently that doesn't work with Windows 7 32-bit.
Wow.
What doesn't?
Really?
Watch Dogs doesn't.
Oh, I thought you meant the video card.
Yeah, you need 64-bit or Windows 8.
Ugh.
Guess what I have, and I deeply regret having Windows 8.
Yeah.
Yep. Came installed on my laptop, so
You just told me some really bad news, because rather than buying Windows 7 again, because I lost the disk, so we can't actually use it anymore. I can't reinstall it, basically. I bought a copy of Windows 8.1.
You know...
Why?
Why?
Because I have a program that I can't run on my current operating system, so I needed to buy a new one.
You have a game that you can't run.
Do any of you guys have Windows 8, Slicer, Kenchi?
No, but I've heard horror stories from everyone I know that does.
I have it, and if you finagle with it, you can actually get it to work well. It just takes a little bit of finagling.
Yeah, this is my understanding too, which is why I was okay with it. Apparently it runs better generally. It takes up less memory and stuff and things.
Generally it's okay, it's just that the whole organization of it is just wonky.
That Metro crap that you need to get rid of as soon as you see it, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's not like it's horrible and like the worst thing ever, it's just it could be a lot better.
Yeah, so I will be receiving Windows 8.1 tomorrow at some point. And then my new graphics card on Monday.
You sound so excited about that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it actually is. I have no idea. I don't have high hopes.
I think you should just light that thing on fire the second you get it.
Tell me, Slicer, how fun is it to light $100 bills on fire? Because you seem to have experience in doing such things if you can so brazenly say, burn your $100 piece of software.
Well, honestly, I imagine lighting a $100 bill on fire would be awesome if not for the consequences of actually doing it.
Yeah. I want to one day be rich enough that I can just do that.
That actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, were it not for the fact that you were, lighting $100 with fire.
Yeah.
It probably makes me a bad person that I want to do it in front of somebody. Preferably somebody poorer than me that I don't like.
It makes you human.
Hey, you want $100? Oh no, it's on fire. You want to put up the flames? Oh no, you ran out of time. Oh.
Yeah.
Strange person, Zero. Alright, and one other thing that I have to talk about is, hey, publishers of games, you know those proprietary softwares that you have that is the only way that you can download games from your publishing catalog? If you could stop doing that, that'd be nice.
All the game publishers will now stop doing that.
So, not long after uninstalling Origin from my computer, I now have to install Uplay, or whatever they're calling it. Uplay, thank you. Start menu. Yeah, that's installed now, because that's the only way I can play my copy of Watch Dogs, which I can't play.
Is Uplay bad?
It's bad in the same way that Origin is bad, in that I could buy this game on Steam and play it much, much easier.
Yeah, I don't... The only experience I have with the Uplay is, over my Xbox 360. And just,
Yeah, that stuff, that's fine, sure, why not? I don't care. But when it comes to having my game library separated by 3 different platforms for no goddamn reason... Yeah, that bugs me a little bit.
It still baffles me you're doing all of this for a terrible game.
I don't know it's terrible, though.
I do.
Have you played it?
No, but I've seen a bunch of stuff, gameplay stuff. It's GTA, but badly made.
Yay.
And small.
Yeah, but GTA 5 was GTA badly made, and that got 10s across the board.
Sort of. I'm pretty sure they've improved it since. It seems like they keep getting patches for it.
Not so much. At least the single player, not so much.
Not surprised at all at that.
Anyway. Yeah, that's everything I've got to talk about, so I'm done with my section. We're going to move on to the manga retrospective.
Yeah, we can't
I'm
call
not
it.
going to say manga recap because that's another thing that another podcast does.
Manga in
Yeah.
review.
And we're original. We don't
10
do
out of 10
Yeah.
originality. Alright, so
Damn it. All right. Yeah.
let's talk about Bleach a little bit. Now, I noticed this, and I'm pretty sure everybody else knows this, but the first enemy that Ichigo fights when he's powered up after training so hard is 4 women. He literally just comes and beats 4 women. And that's what he does as soon as he gets a power up.
Are we actually going to turn this into a sexist thing? Because
I don't
think
know.
that
I don't know
anything.
why. I don't know why, but that just stuck out to me.
I'm usually the one that goes off on these issues, and this time I'm not so sure I see it.
I don't know why. That just stuck out to me.
Or rather, not so sure I agree with it entirely.
It just, yeah, that was just something I noticed. But
There's a point to be made. I'll agree with that much in that there are 4 women in the Stern Ritter forces, specifically these 4. There are probably more. I'm pretty sure there have been more, but there are these 4, and the way they defeat their enemies is by waiting until they are barely alive, then outnumbering them even on top of that.
yeah,
Yeah, not exactly girl power there, but that's pretty much the only complaint I have in
I
that
don't know.
context.
I just feel in general they could have given him a better enemy to fight as soon as he comes back. Because I feel like you could let these guys are pretty weak. You could let somebody else who hasn't gone in the spotlight as much fight these chicks, and then let Ichigo fight the bigger two.
You want him to get a piece of burning finger?
Burn a finger 3.
And we're kind of out of quality villains at this point, so I'm not sure what
I
you're
don't
expecting
know.
to fight here.
I don't know. Just something. I want Bleach to be good, but it hurts so much.
I still want to know what his entire fist power is.
Yeah,
Is it hot fisting?
Flaming.
probably.
Fiery
Probably.
fisting. Hot hand.
Also, one thing I noticed in the manga, that scene where they first show Ichigo's full outfit without the whole robe and everything, and they got a full page for him, his right eye looks like deformed. Like, I'm not even joking. It looks like I don't know if that's a blunt, like, I know that it's badly drawn and it's like you don't see it in any of the other things, but his right eye, or rather it's technically my left, but it just looks so horrible.
If you're looking that
And I
up,
was
can you
like,
link that?
Which one are we talking about?
I'll copy and link the page I'm using, and so you guys can take a look, but, you know, just tell me, isn't that just, I don't know if that's the shadows playing into it or what, but it looks weird.
Okay.
It seems overly rounded on the bottom, but
Yeah.
it's not so
that's-
bad.
It just
Yeah.
seems deformed to me, and I don't know. For me, it takes away the impact of the rest of the picture.
Hmm. So, I do have one thing I want to talk about a little bit. Well, just to mention.
Save that
I wanna
link
give-
for the link dump, by the way, before we forget.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Copy. And paste. Alright. And, just want to shout out page 6 on the Eat Manga scan. I'm going to link it right here. Can we just, look at the enemy reaction shots for a second? Bottom of the page.
Okay.
And then look at them in order.
Well, that was interesting.
Kind of pretty face. Kind of pretty face.
Luffy face, basically.
Why did you show me this?
They're not still trying to make us take this person seriously, are they? Because look at that.
I can't. Like, seriously. And then at the top, Ichigo's eyes look really, really round.
You know what he's looking at?
What exactly
mouth.
is he dodging anyway? Oh, it's the mouth of the. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That,
I thought it was an
if it wasn't-
explosion.
If it wasn't
Yeah,
for
so
the
did
fact
I. I just thought it was like, one of those void attacks that just destroys everything in a sphere or whatever.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because, the backgrounds and the attacks are all the same color.
Almost like this series has a very special relationship with the colors of black and white.
Yeah.
It's almost like they made this theme.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that almost every single background is white. I still find that annoying.
Yeah.
Just pure blank whiteness. And then, like, some things you get, okay, there's a gray sky. Okay, that's cool. And it's just white background, white background, white background.
Also, this looks really dumb. This whole taking a bite out of his cloak thing.
Yeah.
This character is a special kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why you feel the need to do that, to make that character. Why?
What else happened in this chapter? Not
Not
much, if memory serves.
It's following the
Oh.
details of Naruto and being filler, basically.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to launch our attacks at him, they're going to do nothing, he's going to be awesome. And then mysterious man from the background,
Yeah, big bad villains here. Woo!
Mysterious hooded man.
Is he actually there? I thought that was back at his palace or whatever.
No, he's there. Or something.
He's making his move, apparently,
Or
according to the
Yeah, I
play
think
text.
he still is at his palace or something. I don't know. His palace and Sarate are almost the same thing at this point. I don't... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they merged it or something.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, Ichigo is super chill now for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, he's super, super chill. Just relaxed.
I noticed that.
Is
He's
this
kind
is
of...
this supposed to be like an enlightenment thing
Maybe.
or something?
The last time he was this chill was, like, back with Aizen. But even then he was kind of... You could tell he was kind of angry.
I think he just
He's
doesn't care at this point. I just want to kill these people and go home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind
I'd
of
be
the
kinda
reaction
same way
of the
as well.
entire audience. I just
Yeah.
want to kill these people and go home. I don't care anymore. Just put me out of my misery.
Yeah. Alright, and that's pretty much Bleach. Not much going on there.
I'm gonna go
Naruto,
look up,
on the other hand.
rankings for the latest chapter.
Oh, you want to do the rankings?
I'm gonna look up to see where Bleach is even at right now.
How's Bleach
Low, I
ranking?
imagine.
It's 11th out of 16.
That's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, not as... I expected worse. Like 14 or 15.
Yeah. Last time it was 11. The time before that it was 11. One time it was 16th. But now it's just been a solid 11th place.
Yeah, it's just hanging around the bottom half now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
One Piece is still on top.
Yeah, of course it is. Let's not fucking bother. Right. No one cares about the rest of the rankings.
Naruto's 4th.
So, Naruto. I'm actually going through the chapter as I'm talking.
I didn't.
Fan art.
What do you need
I didn't
to
read
see?
this
It's
chapter.
half the people it's half the dream sequences of everybody.
Can somebody tell me what
the very
10
first
means?
page of the chapter.
Huh?
Hang on. Let's get to that later. The very first page of the chapter. That weird, super shocked face or angry face or whatever it is, the fucking really ugly looking thing. Is that a thing they still do in this series? I thought that went away with the original run before it was Shippuden.
I don't know. It is odd to see. They don't do it as much, that's for sure.
I feel like they might have brought that back because, oh, look, Team 7, nostalgia and stuff. It's all back to how it was.
That's possible.
I'm going to take a quick look at the newest chapter. I haven't read anything up to this point, for a long time, actually. So let's see what my reaction is as I'm looking at this. Chapter, 678?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I feel like they haven't done that in a while.
They really, I don't think, I haven't been following this, and I can probably tell they haven't been doing that for a while. So aren't they supposed to be super, super serious?
Yeah. Super serious.
Super duper
Anyway.
serial.
Super duper serious. Yeah, I'm looking at all these characters' faces, I'm like, wow, so many things have happened. What happened to Sakura's face?
Oh, she did the Tsunade super regeneration bullshit, whatever technique.
Yeah.
And now her face is all weird, and now Naruto has marks on his face. Now Sasuke is the only one without any marks on his face.
Yeah, he's the pretty one.
Gosh darn it.
Surprisingly enough, it's not the girl. Anyway.
Darn you, Sasuke.
So, I guess we'll get into the meat of this chapter, which would be the dream sequences that everyone called were going to happen. Slicer more than anyone else, I think. Over and over again. But we get dream sequences for pretty much every of the rookie, whatever number you want to call it. 12. Are we doing 12 again now?
Yeah.
Because Sasuke's back. Yay, Sasuke's back. So I feel like we should do these in order and just
I got the page
analyze
open
them
now,
a little
so
bit.
sure.
They deserve a little bit of analysis because I feel like we'd be doing more of a service to this chapter than the writer did. Okay, so we'll start with Hinata's because hers is first.
Straightforward enough.
Yep, she's happy and in the park or forest or whatever with Naruto and lovey-dovey and stuff, and she's being watched by her sibling and cousin.
Yeah, why
Neji's
is she
playing
mad?
the
I just
protective
want to
older
remind people that this is the perfect world of these characters. So I am inferring from this that Hinata likes to be watched by her family.
She
No,
wants
it's
to be with Naruto, and she wants people to know.
no, it's Neji's playing the protective older brother thing, and Hanabi's telling them to piss off, basically.
Yeah.
But it's her perfect world, which means she wanted him to be there.
To be in a protective role, yeah. Just a closer family, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can get that.
You're focusing on
enough.
the wrong part of that, I believe.
I prefer my interpretation, but okay. Alright, Kiba is next. He wants to be Hokage.
Where did that
We
dream
should
come
decide a
from?
dog
I
day
have
and
no
make it a
idea.
holiday.
You said that back when they fought during the Chin exam. It was never, it was never actually expounded upon, but he's been saying that since then. He said it
was.
once.
I thought that
during
was to
fight.
mock Naruto.
Apparently it's true, because he said it again back when the war thing started. Naruto showed up and said stuff about being Hokage.
I thought that was also mocking him, or supportive, or something. I don't know. Relationships in Japan are weird.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right.
But, yeah.
Next person.
Next is Shino has a great idea for a perfect world.
Yeah.
Giant bug mounts.
He's riding a kaiju.
I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, that'd be a good world that you could do that
That'd
in.
be a good world.
Yeah.
There's really nothing more to that dream.
Yeah, Shino's just got a good idea about how the world should work.
Yeah. Joji is also pretty straightforward, basically.
Joji wants to be fat and have a wife that likes fat people.
Isn't that the dream of all fat people?
Yeah, pretty much.
You can eat a lot and have girls that like you for it.
That's not gender specific, by the way.
Yeah.
True. And Shikamaru.
I don't
I don't know.
His ideal world is he's not in a relationship, but he's not in one
But
now.
everyone
so-
else is in a relationship.
His ideal
okay.
world is he just gives up. And that's it. He just relaxes.
No, here's the thing. He wants everyone else to be in a relationship because that's what makes them happy, but he doesn't want to have any part of it, and he wants Tamari to not have any part of it as well. Because that's who that is on the left.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I feel like that one could stand up to some interpretation and stuff a little bit. And you could go deeper into his character from that one. But
I'm a
we're on
little
a time
surprised
limit.
Tumblr hasn't jumped all over it, actually.
Yeah, we're on a time limit, so we're just going to move on a little bit. But feel free to dive deeper into that and do your own analysis, because that's interesting.
All right, next one.
You know.
You got Sasuke being like, Ino is my woman. Go away. And you got Sad on the other side. He's like, no, she's mine.
Too much emotion.
And then she's
Dial it back.
please stop fighting. Yeah.
And her dad's cool with it. Totally cool with it.
Yeah.
And alive.
My girl is so popular.
Is he actually dead?
Yeah,
He's dead.
He's deader than dead.
Yeah,
Like
he's real
Sid Fred.
dead.
He's super dead.
Simply red.
All right.
Okay.
The equivalent
I
of
don't
seeing a mushroom cloud on the horizon, basically.
Yeah, he's vaporized dead.
And then you have Rock Lee, which has by far the best perfect world ever.
Yeah,
Two
being
worlds.
Neji
Youth
and
one.
Naruto.
And he just-
And yeah.
yeah, and then Sakura's like, I love you, Lisa. And he's like, Youth one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why that guy has his own spin-off series.
Uh-huh. Then we have Tenten, who...
Wants them to be normal. That's her.
which is surprisingly shallow for an ideal world.
That could also infer that she's just happy the way the world is, but...
I guess it just feels like... This is probably the crux of the issue for the perfect world thing. That it's not dealing with the perfect world thing, it's just dealing with all these little minor facets of the character because that's all they have. And that's all they expand upon. That's nothing.
Yeah.
So much more could have been done with this.
So much more could have been done with this because, you know, they're characters and they're people, but you haven't really seen much of them as actual people.
I'm still convinced they're going to do some kind of filler with the anime.
Yeah, you have
so
to wait
I'm
for the
holding out
anime
hope for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maze is... what? I don't... Who is that character?
Just
Her
I honestly
ideal
don't know.
man,
Her
I
ideal
suppose.
dude.
But why is it
Yeah.
a Western wedding?
Good question.
Because screw Japan? Question mark?
Gar's looking dapper, though.
Yeah.
he's looking like he's got some swag there.
Yeah. A little bit short, but yeah.
Yeah, he's... In comparison to everyone else, though, isn't he like 19, though?
He's,
like
he was like 12 before the time skip, so maybe 15, 16?
Oh, yeah, okay, he's the same age as Naruto, then. So, yeah.
That guard.
So, that was a thing. Tsunade gets a little bit of depth, but pretty much no more depth than she ever got, which is the whole, Dan and Naoki are alive, and Jiraiya's alive, and she's... okay. Perfect world, which means she enjoyed the yelling at Jiraiya thing.
Pretty much. Also, bring it back to Mai's for a second. Look at Tsunade's face. That's a special kind of lazy right there.
Yeah.
That's not a face. That's lines
Yeah.
randomly put on a...
That's an impressionist painter's face there, I think.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if that's the right art style. I absolutely have no idea about art. But, yeah. Just kind of what... It looks like she has 4 eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Or possibly just one very large left eye.
I don't know.
That's... Yeah, okay.
And we
Anyway.
got Gara, and Gara has a family.
That's pretty much basic,
makes me
yeah.
sad inside.
That makes me sad, because that one actually I can actually.
It was
see
very
that.
effective.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit. That one was pretty good.
That one's a pretty ideal world.
Mm-hmm.
More,
Also,
he's more
somehow being
fleshed out.
best friends with Naruto. So.
Yeah.
Growing up again with a friend and his family back that actually cares about him this time and stuff.
Yeah, that one's pretty well done.
Mm.
And it's only done in one picture, and it's done well.
Oh, it's expanded on the next page.
Next page, yeah. It's expanded on the next page. I didn't see that. Again, I'm reading this as we're going through it.
Anyway, what else happened? We're done with the...
You don't remember what happened at the end?
I pretty much forgot the rest of this chapter.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, Black Zetsu is not a part of Madara. Apparently, that lady from the beginning.
Yeah.
That we found
This
out
is
about
Naruto. Of
10
course they're
chapters
bringing
ago.
back a dead villain.
That we learned about 10 chapters ago, so she has no actual relevance in the story.
Yeah, not even bringing back a dead villain. Bringing back a dead plot device.
It's apparently the biggest boss behind the bigger boss behind the big boss.
I just want to quote one line from this chapter. It looks like that black guy isn't affected.
I was waiting for someone to bring that up. No, that's not what it said. It said in my translation, it says, looks like that black bastard is doing fine.
Yeah.
I love Japan. It's so dumb. Sometimes. It's probably not any better than saying the black bastard, right?
They're both equally bad.
Yeah. My apologies, Japan. And their apologies, black people everywhere. I apologize on their behalf. They're terrible.
I think that's being overly sensitive, though, because, I mean, he's the color black. He's not, like, African.
I guess, but I feel like it's been so much funnier if someone corrected him and said African, you asshole. Anyway.
We don't even know if Africa exists in this world.
He's just lucky everyone from Kumo's asleep right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
And let's see.
So.
Madara gets fisted through the heart.
We need to stop making fisting jokes.
Then they need to stop presenting us the material to do so.
There are far too many fisting jokes in this podcast.
There's no such thing.
Also, super creepy fan art. I just want to post a link to this because, wow, super creepy.
I don't want to look at it
I'm
then.
going to regret doing this. I'm going to regret.
Why would you?
I
Why
shouldn't
does
click
everyone
on this.
share in their own pain with me? I don't want to fucking look at it.
I shouldn't click on.
Okay. It's not like weird creepy. It's just
We need that person needs some eyebrows.
He/she has eyebrows. They're those big pink splotches.
That's not an eyebrow. That's called cancer.
that's the character they just brought back. I don't remember her name, but it's a she.
It's
Kaguya, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Looks like pink splotches or tumors. I can't tell which one. Is that...
That's a really creepy rape face.
Are those pink blotches infectious? Seriously.
I'm pretty sure that's a style that they used to do in olden day Japan.
I don't care.
I'm guessing a little bit.
I don't care.
But,
That's just badly drawn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly a nobility thing that they used to do because, I don't know, circles are pretty.
Why would you
Maybe.
shave off your eyebrows and put pink circles that are nowhere near where your eyebrows would be? They're way too high.
I think that's the point.
I don't know. It feels very disconcerting.
You don't have to know.
I'll stick with gross.
Oh, okay. And then there's the big old bug eyes. And the itsy bitsy nose and the really Joker-ish mouth.
Okay, we're at well over an hour now, so we should probably start doing topics.
All right, let's get to topics.
Yeah.
Screw
so,
you, Naruto. Screw you, Bleach.
Yeah.
The rest of the chapter is pretty much just preparing for the fight, then a moral dilemma, and then betrayal and bringing back a character that should not have been brought back.
The Supreme Mater of fisting.
Bringing back a character that was introduced 10 chapters ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go onward. Carry on, my way.
Yeah. I just want to say Naruto could have been much, much worse this week. So.
Probably.
Probably.
It was a bit shallow in places, but surprisingly it gave a little bit of depth in others, so kudos for trying sometimes.
Kudos.
Anyway. Someone asked us what our personal tastes in music are, so fucking whatever, go for it.
I like most all music, really. I mean, I like rock, metal, video game music, video game remix music. I can get behind some smooth jazz every now and then. There are a few things that I don't like, and that would be certain types of rap. Like I can get behind some rap, but not all rap, and country as in general. I kind of have a stigma against because I lived for 10 years in the South.
Yeah, I can see why.
You hear it too much, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm more of a. I like rock a lot. It's one of my favorite things, and classical too. Love them pianos.
All right, Ken, go for it.
I don't listen to country either. It's probably the only thing I won't listen to or don't listen to.
Yeah.
Other than that, my MP3 player is pretty eclectic. And I have noticed that I have a disturbing amount of anime and anime-based themes and other songs from anime shows on my MP3 player.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
Not really.
Well, kinda. For some people it's weird, especially when they look at it and they're like, what the hell is this?
For Fandom Flux, it is accepted.
I could probably beat the weirdness factor for when I had Alvin and the Chipmunks soundtrack on my MP3 player for a while.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just mentioned Alvin the Chipmunks, so it just goes like, yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea why I like that music, but I did. So.
I actually plan on rewatching Rescue Rangers at some point recently, soon. I really want to watch that show again.
Nice.
Alright, other than that, pretty much a little bit of everything on here. I don't really hate anything.
Slicer, I guess.
It's kind of boring, but most kinds of rock I'll listen to. The only thing I don't is 99% of rap and anything death metal, screamo, bullshit, it's crap.
Oh, speaking of death metal, here you go. It's the Barney song, death metal.
Right.
Okay, we'll look at that after the podcast's done recording, so it doesn't come up in the recording.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anything else, Slicer?
A lot of video game soundtracks. There's usually only one or two songs that you can really listen to just by itself, but most of the time they're pretty good. Nothing comes to mind, unfortunately, because I'm bad at thinking things off the top of my head, but I don't know. I've probably mentioned it before, but the entire soundtrack of Anarchy Reigns is also really good.
The entire soundtrack of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is pretty good.
Stop
also
beating
that
that
one,
horse.
Yes.
I will beat that horse with a stick until it dies, and then I will beat it again.
Dude.
Then you could beat it some more.
Then I'll get a new stick. Yeah.
Anyway. Couple seconds dead silence. Yay. Anyway. My tastes are pretty much the same as everyone else's. pretty eclectic. I don't really avoid listening to anything in particular. Fucking novelty songs are probably the worst thing in the world, in my opinion.
Like what?
For example, the Fox song.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do
yeah.
you like that song? Do you listen to that song?
Apparently you have forgotten the time that I was at a wedding and that song was played.
Ah, that's right, that did happen.
Why?
And everyone sang along to the sound effects.
That sounds horrifying.
It might have been the worst 3 minutes of my life. Yeah. We get a lot of novelty songs in the charts in this
you
country. I don't know why, but it just means that they're kind of everywhere, or rather, they used to be everywhere when I was a kid, and I have grown to despise them with the very fiber of my being. So, yeah, I'm not a fan.
I actually still like. Which one's the one Psy sang? I can't remember the name for some reason.
Gangnam Style?
Gangnam Style.
That's
Gangnam
it.
Style.
I actually really like that song still, even though I'm
Yeah, that's
listening
a
to
good
it a
song.
lot.
It's not really a novelty
actually has
song. It's just a
lyrics.
K-pop song.
It's actually referring to an actual part of Korea or South Korea.
Yeah, it's a district in Korea called
Yeah.
Gangnam,
Yeah.
and it's basically where all the rich posers go and spend like the equivalent of $30 on a cup of coffee.
They're all super, super poor, but because they spend
pretend
all
they're
their
rich.
money on luxuries, but they spend nothing on like necessities.
Mm.
So everybody pretends
Wow.
they're rich, and that's the whole point of it.
Mm. Yeah.
So there's a reason behind it. You know, it's not like it's just a dumb song.
Yes, you all learned something today about Psy. The stylings of
Yes,
Psy.
audience, you did. Congratulations. Unless you watched Todd in Shadows, in which case you learned the exact same thing I learned and thus parroted to you.
10 out of 10 originality.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a theme this episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so novelty songs, can't stand them. I listen to a lot of rock, that's kind of a holdover from when I was a teenager, and listened to stuff like, you know, punk, kind of Alkaline Trio, stuff like that. The really, stuff that's not particularly nice, but not particularly offensive in the screaming category.
Yeah.
So,
Not a fan of that either, or?
screaming, I'm okay with. One of my favorite bands, In Me, who I have mentioned on the podcast before, and who I have linked on the podcast before because someone gave me an excuse, do that on occasion. They started out as pretty much a screamo, Nirvana wannabe band, and kind of grew into progressive stuff, which I very much like progressive stuff because I'm a drummer, and they tend to have really weird and interesting time signatures for their music, and I like that.
Mm.
Makes the rhythm interesting. I like good drum music. And by good drum music, I don't mean just loud dum tsh, dum tsh. That sounds terrible to me. I literally can't stand it. But
Did you ever watch
anything
drum
like
music.
Did you ever watch,
anything complex, I like.
did you ever watch the movie Drumline?
No. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much the music I listen to. In Me are amazing, and I'm going to link them again in the link up.
All right.
Because whoever sent in this question or
It was,
request for the topic
Tempest
gave me an
Troper.
excuse. Thank you, Tempest Troper. You gave me an excuse. So
Yeah.
that's going to have a link.
It gives us a lot of topics.
He does. She does. If memory serves, it's named in the
Yeah, it was
Blogspot comments
Lucy
as Lucy
Aristotle,
Aristotle.
but he's
Yeah.
a guy. I can tell you that. It's just, it's a persona.
You're a little bit strange, but that's okay. We're all strange
We're
here.
all strange.
Yep.
I'm not strange.
Yes, you
Fucking
are.
strange.
Normal people
Yeah.
don't like being punched in the face.
I don't
Gonna put
like
that out
being
there.
punched in the face. I just don't mind it.
Normal people don't use the right back at you style.
The first step
Obviously.
is admitting you have a problem, Ken.
Well, I guess I'm not there yet.
Well, if you want to be normal, normal people would come out during a fight to the Barney theme. The death metal version.
Fairly certain that they wouldn't.
No, they would.
Yeah,
I think
totally.
they'd be okay with it.
I don't want to be normal. I just am.
Yeah,
Damn right,
I
you
want to be
don't.
better.
You
I want to
strange.
be better.
We are the strange.
No, I don't want to be strange. I just want to be grandiose.
being
great.
not normal is what makes this podcast work. If you are normal, I don't think you could be on this podcast. We don't like normal people.
You know what? I think grandiose people, I think they would come out to fight music that is Little John featuring, what was the name of the show? I forgot the show.
Lazy
Zero
Town.
Town. Lazy Town, thank you.
It was,
Yes.
I'll do the
Any
cooking by
excuse
book.
to shove that in.
Yes.
I'll do the cooking by book.
Would you like to know where I got that fucking video from? Here's a tip. It's a podcast I ripped off in creating this one.
Right.
Guess what? 10 out of 10 originality. Right here.
You know what? 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
We might as well own it at this point. Let's just fucking rip everything off. I don't
Sure,
care
why
anymore.
not?
Go for it. We are the Fandom Flux. We rip everything off from all the fandoms.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what we do, right? That's what we're named for.
Yeah.
We're fans of things, so we rip them off and pretend that we made the jokes. And we didn't make the jokes.
We didn't.
You
But
make
who
it
cares?
sound a lot worse than it actually is.
Alright, so next topic. Time. Are we on? Yeah, okay, we've got plenty of time. Have we got plenty of time? Yeah, just double checking the time. I think because the topics link quite well, I think we'll just move on to image songs for now. So, image songs, once again, as I always describe it for the people not in the know, image songs are songs that are related to a show or film or property that are not themes, not part of the soundtrack, just extra songs that add additional, context or whatever. So you could have characters singing a song about their character, for example, or you could have a song about going to a specific place in the show, like being on the road to Viridian City.
Yeah. That's the best Images song ever.
Yeah.
Viridian City.
Why are you on the road to
Over the
Meridian
top.
City? There's just a gym that's never open there.
We're going to meet some friends along the way.
You never see them again.
We're getting away from Viridian City.
You're releasing your Pokemon along the way.
Yeah. That was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of Pokemon image songs. I'm pretty sure most of them were written by 4Kids.
I'm looking at the trope page for Image Song, and Digimon. I don't remember this, but Digimon was an extreme example.
Oh,
Frickin-
yeah. Yeah, they had plenty.
Yeah. I didn't realize it because I was a little kid when I was watching Digimon, but they've got so many.
Mm.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
they lampshaded that in the fic I wrecked last week. I recommended.
Mm. So, yeah. It's something I feel like is becoming a bigger thing. Mostly for, internet content. Like, for example, a certain internet series about Space Marines has a lot of image songs for it.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since they started doing soundtracks.
Yeah, One Piece has a good amount for, the Straw Hats and other characters.
Also true. It's a tradition born out of anime, mostly, it seems. So, yeah, they do have a lot of One Piece ones. Yeah, but Red vs. Blue has quite a few of them. A lot of them about characters. Pretty much all of them about the character now I think about it. It's like Church singing about how he's the best.
Yeah.
It has a rap verse by an alien. Yeah.
Yeah. Some fan examples of some image songs.
There are fan examples. This is news to me.
Miracle of Sound did the Wheatley's song, and also the Joker song where he sang from their point of view.
The one about Shepard is my favorite.
Yeah.
Huh?
He does a few of those.
You're going to have to link this because I've never seen it, and I would like to, and it should probably go in the link up.
Oh, yeah. Miracle of Sound does a lot of character songs now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And even one for the Normandy ship. So that's a character, technically.
Yeah, so I'll link his YouTube, and you guys can just, I don't know, go to it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It is a tradition that I'm glad we are adopting, because I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just...
Well, it adds
I guess
more
it's just because...
depth,
It's pretty much because of the Pokemon ones, I think.
Probably.
What about
Because I spent so long having the Poker app and Viridian City stuck in my head.
I just want to say that we're on the road to Viridian City.
What about Let's Fighting Love?
Meet some friends along the way.
Which one does Let's Fighting Love come from?
South Park.
That's South Park.
Ah, yeah. Speaking of, wasn't that the only song in the, the world when you traveled? There was only one song, and it got real irritating by the end.
What was that?
What are you talking about?
The game.
When you were traveling around in that game, there was one song that would play in the background, and it was...
What did it sound like?
I don't know.
Yeah, there was ambient music, yes, but I think you're talking about in, the loudspeakers in shops and stuff. No, there was other ones, there was a lot of chef's songs in there and such.
Oh, they shoved
chef
everything
songs.
in there. It's just,
Yeah.
Hey, guys, Image songs, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, yeah. Everything.
I don't know if those count. They should, but they'd probably be technicalities.
The boss themes do. The boss themes
Yeah,
do.
the boss themes is what I'm trying to say. Because all the lyrics in that,
They're fitting for the characters, yeah.
And then there's Sonic the Hedgehog, so the Sonic Adventure games. Every character has their own theme.
Oh, God. The Knuckles rap.
Oh, God. That thing was terrible.
I'd repressed that memory.
Yeah.
Yay!
Start doing it again.
I'm gonna look that up.
Would Simple and Clean count?
No, that's a game
Song in
theme.
Kingdom Hearts?
It's just the theme for the game, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't sure because it plays in several points in the games. So.
Then that's what we call a leitmotif.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Leitmotif, by the way, is a theme that is recurring throughout whatever whatever piece is going, and is used to reinforce the feelings you get whenever you see such and such a thing. So, character themes. Whenever a certain character appears, this certain theme will play, and that will, trigger thoughts of that character and what they are and what they represent and such. Musical techniques. My GCSE is worth something. Yay.
Yeah.
That's a qualification, by the way.
I know. I have a GED, the American version of that, so I think. Not sure.
You think?
Does that count as a high school diploma as well?
What?
Is that the same thing?
What?
Because we've got two here. We've got the GED and then a high school diploma.
Oh, okay. No, we have a different system. In this country, we have GCSEs, which are like high school qualifications. You get them in specific subjects. And then if you do well enough, you can take A-levels in similar subjects at college. And then you can do a university degree in whatever the hell you feel like, because they just accommodate for any skill level. Except very specific ones, like, say, you can't just jump into a maths degree without any qualifications, or music.
I suppose that makes sense.
A
little off topic there, but whatever.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Talking about high school and beyond qualifications while we're talking about image songs for anime and games and stuff. Yeah, just a little bit off topic.
Yeah.
What were we actually talking about?
Oh, no.
What?
No, never mind. I'm not even going to do it.
He was doing a thing.
No, there's a character song for the Riddler.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Is that any good?
I don't know yet. I don't want to look at it.
Hey,
Okay,
Casey,
in that case, link it, and we'll experience it together with the audience.
Casey,
Okay.
which Knuckles rap did you suppress? The one from Sonic Adventure or the one from
Pumpkin
Sonic
Hill.
Adventure 2? What?
Pumpkin Hill.
Fucking hell.
There are so many freaking Knuckles raps.
Yeah,
Aquatic
rapping
Mine
about
is
trying to
equally
find the
stupid.
pieces of the Master Emerald in Pumpkin Hill.
I remember playing Sonic Adventure 2 on Pumpkin Hill. I remember the song.
I'm Sonic, or I'm Knuckles, I don't chuckle.
Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. Yeah, that's...
That's it,
Oh
yeah.
God, yes.
You guys go for the rap.
Okay, and that's the Knuckles rap, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can move on from image songs before
Please.
we traumatize our audience anymore. I need to link Viridian City as well.
Speaking of Batman villains, remember when the Joker found out that the Red Skull was a Nazi and then was like, hey, I may be an insane criminal convict, but at least I'm an American criminal convict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a moment. This whole time we've been working with a Nazi.
Stand back, boys. I may be an insane American. I may be a criminal. I may be an insane criminal, but I'm an American criminal.
It's weird. Anyway,
Villains showing patriotism is just awesome. I love that.
Anyway, next topic, because we are at an hour and a half or so, and we've got questions to do. Cold opens. We are doing an addendum to this topic. Just want to say real quick, I had to do the link dump last week, looking up all those openings. Yeah, I hadn't seen The Last of Us before. Last of Us wins. Last of Us wins so hard. Like,
Yeah, it does win.
That means I win. Awesome.
Yeah, congratulations, Slicey. You made me cry. Jesus Christ, that opening.
Yeah.
Which opening?
Last of Us.
Oh. I still need to play that. Someone's been hounding me to play that for months.
You really
I'm never
should.
going to play that game. I can't play that game. I can't do it.
Why?
Seriously?
No, that is how powerful that moment was, and I don't want to touch anything else to do with the game. I don't want to do
It's
it.
apparently amazing. Like, the dude says that game is the best game he's ever played, and I need to play it, and I'm going to at some point. I just keep not doing it.
Well, you don't want to sully your image of that opening or something?
Who, me? No, I just
No,
never get around
Casey.
to it.
No, it was just that affecting, and I don't want to do any more of that. I don't want to cry anymore.
Right.
Because apparently that game will make you cry.
Dude. Anyway, yeah, so that one, and I think The Lion King comes in second. Even though the follow-up is rubbish. So, cold opens, how do you do one for writing, is what we're going to ask this week. How to open a story and make it compelling and make the reader want to continue reading.
Well, a lot of people think that the first chapter set in the future is that, but it's not.
No, it's not.
I think a decent way for that is take an event in the actual canon that everyone knows about, but you're averting the aftermath. Something bad happens during it, or something that important that changes the trajectory of things, and start at that point. I don't know.
For me, like, start with something tense or actiony, you know? Something that can really get the person into the story. Like I'm just going to refer to my own stories real quick. For M1N470, I started it right immediately after Mia Joe's parents died in the car crash. And he's just a lost child. Alone.
I might agree with you, Zero, but I think very specifically is something that we should note. You want the reader to also be invested in whatever character this moment is surrounding.
Yeah.
Because the very example that you used, Minato is a non-entity character. He is a player stand-in.
Yeah.
So while, yes, it's a child, it is a random child that is admittedly alone and scared, but we don't get much of that.
Mm.
So
It was literally like one of my first stories I ever wrote, though. But
I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah,
far from it. But
in comparison with World and Us, I started out with a fight scene between Nui and Elizabeth. That was fun to write.
Wow. Yeah, that would go interestingly.
More like Elizabeth has magic and she can just keep sniping Nui whenever Nui gets close. And she's just trolling her.
That does seem to be Elizabeth's fighting style.
And then it inspires Nui to actually get stronger.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Action is absolutely a good way to start. It's what might be a problem with starting with action, though, is start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
So if you start with an action scene, people will expect a lot of action scenes.
Yeah. If you start with action, people are going to... Like, I always do action in all my stories, pretty much. I like... One of the only exceptions to that is Another Minato. And with that, I start with comedy. So, yeah. Start with what you're going to be writing. Just start with
in theory.
Exceptional.
I'm not entirely sure how comedy that story ended up being, but yeah. Point well made.
Well, character introductions were funny and good, according to Slicer. Since Slicer's like the only person in this podcast that read it, I'm just referring to him.
I read it.
Which
one? Oh, yeah. Another Minato?
Ah, yeah. Yeah, they were pretty good.
Oh, by the way, Zero, that is pretty much what got me to fucking watch Sekirei. So, thanks.
You know what?
You said with a voice laden with sarcasm.
Trust me, I didn't want to do Another Minato anyways, but I put up a poll. It was the one...
You didn't actually have to follow through with it, you know.
I know, but I felt compelled to. Like, literally, okay, so at one point, there were two fics that were tied for first. It was the Harry Potter and Persona crossover, and it was the Familiar of Zero and Persona crossover. So I was starting to write a little bit for those, and all of a sudden, the Sekirei and Persona crossover shoots up out of nowhere and gets first place.
Why'd you make that an option if you didn't want to write it?
I was like, it might be interesting. I don't know. I need something to fill in because there's not enough ideas. So I threw that in there. And then it won. And that was a bad idea.
It is the harem option. Of course it's going to win.
I was naive at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had hope for humanity, and I turned out to have been wrong.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, other ideas for opening a story?
Coldly.
You can actually start it out.
Mine are terrible.
You can start it out before even putting the chapter title down or the story title down. You can do a little bit. Like for one of my stories, The Error, I wrote this whole sort of, I think it was a monologue thing or something before I even started the story. So, that's one way to do things. You can have it so that it's kind of like the story is being told by somebody who's a character in the story.
Yeah, that's a good way. I agree with that. I was just trying to think of a way to word that. But yes. I was thinking, like, say, starting with, say, how someone is writing their memoirs or something.
Yeah.
And he's looking back on it. It's not specifically the end of the story. As Slicer said, that's a very bad idea. Don't start with the end of the story, because that's terrible. But, like, say, they're looking back on it from after the end.
Yeah.
And reminiscing on how it went and such. That's not a bad way to do it.
Or if you want to make it interesting, they're reminiscing from halfway through the story, and then you catch up. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea, but it's an interesting one. It's not a good idea whatsoever, but I don't know.
Your opinion changed so quickly. Twice.
It did. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I drink Dr.
I just had this great idea. It's not a good idea. Well, it could be. No, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's such a terrible idea, guys. You know.
I'm sorry. I'm just going back and forth right now.
Oh,
I'm kind of.
you're the people pleaser. That's all right. Yeah. So, there's some ideas. I mean, experiment is the word of the day, or the podcast, apparently. But those are some ideas to maybe set you a little bit on the right track. Try to tailor how you open the story for how you want the rest of the story to go.
Yeah.
It might change after that, but you can always go back and fix it.
Yeah.
If you feel the inclination.
Like, if you're going to be doing a lot of action stuff, start with an action-y scene. You know, like, if you're going to be doing something that focuses more on character interaction, start with a good, strong moment. Something that can hook the reader, because you want to have that hook. Like, the first line is, like, the most important line in the entire fic.
And if you want introspection and character depth, maybe try out that looking back idea.
Yeah.
Again, don't do the end of the story first thing. It's terrible. It never works well.
Mm-hmm.
People think they're being really clever when they do that. They're not.
No,
Yeah.
So don't do
so
that.
much.
Don't do that. I don't know. Okay. We good on cold openings then? For writing?
I think we're done.
Alright. And we already did the songs, so...
questions.
So,
the first question we got was Tempest Troper, yes?
yeah.
Fics you now hate that you liked at one point.
I wouldn't say hate, but I can't read Fairly English Story again.
Yeah, I can't either.
Neither can I.
Like, one person on that topic that it was the Tempest Troper linked me to, that whole forum they linked me to about Fix You Now, you know. Anyways, one person
Space
said,
battles.
I used to like Fairly English Story, and then I woke up. Like, seriously, you look back on it and you realize, you know, wow.
Did you guys marathon it as well? Because I read that entire fic in basically
Yeah.
one sitting.
I marathoned it. But you realize that it's not as good as you originally thought it was. Because I read that before I started writing. Like, that was one of the first fics I ever read.
That's true. I mean, it has its moments, but for the most part, its tone is kind of all over the shop. It's a bit of a mishmash of different ideas that don't work as well together as one might hope. Yeah. It has problems.
Yeah.
It's fun to read once, just to experience it, but
You
I don't
can't
know,
read
maybe
it
early
second
on
time.
in your fan fiction reading thing.
It does get better.
Hmm.
It gets better. The bad part is, you know, you have to reread it to get through and to reread it, you have to get through the bad parts again.
Yeah, I think if you started like halfway through, having already read it, you know, kind of the basic outline, even if you don't remember all of it, that would probably be fine, but I don't like starting in the middle of things.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can't reread Fairly English Story, so, yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Ketchy? You're not saying anything.
I remember one I read. It was a Naruto and Devil May Cry crossover. This is back when I first started reading fanfiction.
Oh, man.
And it's like the only one I've ever favorited, and the only one I've actually seen finished. But I can't read it back. It's got every trapping of every... It's everything you expect. I don't know how to explain it. Or explain why I don't like it.
I've probably
Or
read
like-
it. I read a lot of those fics back in the
I
day.
wish I remember what it's called. I think it's called... God, what is it? This is going to mess with me. I think it's called something for... Playing the Four Devils, maybe?
Oh, God. I actually remember that one. I almost read that one, but then I didn't. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to look it up because I'm pretty close to finding it, I think. Say 40,000 words, probably going to find it.
It's finished, so I think it's over 100,000. It has to be.
I was only 14 here, so... Nope, didn't find it. But yeah, I do remember seeing that fic and very much deciding not to read it. Because, no.
Yeah.
It's funny how tastes change and how your... I forget what the term is. It was just on the tip of my tongue a few minutes ago, but your requirements as far as quality are concerned, how they go up. Yeah, your expectations and... Yeah.
Yeah, especially because I like reading my own stuff. So when I try to read another fanfic, if I don't see it at least as quality as what I write, or better, then I find it hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just me. My stuff maybe, I don't know. My stuff may be utter crap, but I can't read stuff worse than it because it just seems hard.
When I first started reading, I wasn't as focused on pairings, and so a lot of the earlier stuff I read, I could not touch right now. I would probably hate it instantly, just on principle.
Why? Because it doesn't have any pairings?
No, because it has the wrong pairings.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm not far behind you in that front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Next question. What was the next question? Next question is from Johnny Lobo. Can fantasy and sci-fi mix? Paraphrasing. Pretty much, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Star Ocean. There you go.
I mean, there are very specific examples of where they can't mix when you have actual hardcore set SF, as it is apparently called, where everything makes theoretical, scientific sense, as it were.
Anybody ever play the Star Ocean games?
No.
I tried.
That is literally sci-fi and fantasy. Like Star Ocean 4, there's a whole planet where it's all medieval fantasy, and you've got people with, cat ears, and people with,
Pretty much
wings.
the Final Fantasy games are the same way, when you have the Magimectic Mechamax, or whatever you call them.
Yeah. I feel like that's the new direction most things seem to be going, actually, is combining the two rather than keeping them separate.
Yeah. Can't say how keen I am on that trend, but yeah.
So, can they mix? Yeah. Can they mix well? It depends.
Yeah, really.
I never liked the Final Fantasy style of doing it.
Yeah. I like Star Ocean where, all the fantasy elements were okay, this is a different planet. This is a different planet. You're going through space, and some planets are fantasy. One planet is even Earth. And it's like an alternate version of Earth, and you end up going to basically what is Area 51. And, yeah.
Anyway, anyone got anything else to say for that question? Pretty straightforward question.
I got nothing else to say.
That was it.
Okay, I guess we're done with questions then.
Yeah.
And we are moving on to recommendations. Does anyone have a recommendation?
I'd recommend my own fic, but then that would feel cocky and arrogant, so I'm not going to do that.
You already shilled one of our fics last time anyway, so...
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Another Andrew Joshua Talon fic, Biting the Hand That Feeds You. The Wizengamot apparently decided that to keep from angering Voldemort, they banned all sale of Muggle stuff, everything, including food, which they need a lot of, and they didn't make a lot of. So Yeah. It's created an interesting situation where the Weasleys are in high demand because they have like an apple orchard and they can figure out ways around it because they have a lot of smart friends, basically.
Oh, okay. That's cool. It makes the Weasleys important.
Sort of. The focus is still on Harry and stuff like that, but there are a few chapters that are dedicated to the Weasley family and how they're doing. It's, 10 chapters now? 45,000 words. A good read.
I'm just saying, it's very rare when you see the Weasley family be really important. Like that.
When they're not.
Yeah, but I like that. So. I mean, on one hand, for a long time I really just wanted to see most of the Weasleys suffer, because not many of the characters were anything close to being decent people.
No.
But then I read a lot of fics like that, and now I just don't care about the Weasleys and don't want to hear about them at all. So.
Yeah, I think I've hit that point and then moved past it. Like, I just don't care anymore. I can read anything. Okay. They're evil, they're good, they're not a non-factor. It's anything, really.
Yeah. Any other recommendations? You're really quiet again, by the way.
Well, unless you want to hear me say, watch The Raid 2 if you want to see a retarded, violent martial arts movie, then no, I don't have any recommendations.
All right, The Raid 2 going in the link dump.
How would you link that exactly?
Trailer.
You link trailers. I have a fight scene you need to link. You must link this fight scene that I'm going to send you. It is the most violent fight scene. It's the best fight scene I've seen in years. And it was from the first Raid movie. And I'm disappointed that you didn't find it and link it. Makes me sad inside.
I got a slight recommendation, sort of. Go watch X-Men Days of Future Past if you haven't already.
I've heard it's good.
It's probably good. Cool. I should totally do that.
Watch the greatest retcon of all time in film.
Yeah.
You know those past 5 movies? They never happened.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with this. I am smiling now because this means Deadpool movie. In my eyes.
You mean?
Can he still be played by Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I liked he was played by Ryan Reynolds. I didn't like that he only had 10 minutes of actual speaking.
Yeah, I know. Ryan Reynolds has been pushing for a Deadpool movie for the past years. Like, ever since X-Men Origins Wolverine, he's been pushing for a Deadpool movie. And now Hugh Jackman is on board saying, like, hey, let's do a Wolverine versus Deadpool movie. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not your Deadpool movie, but I want to see that. Yeah. So it looks like that'll end up getting through, because it's Hugh Jackman can do whatever he wants. Because he's Hugh Jackman and he's Wolverine.
Yeah. And speaking of Ryan Reynolds, that Green Lantern film was okay.
Really?
People, please stop shitting on it.
Yeah, it had higher expectations than what,
Yeah.
It
was okay.
Everybody was expecting something better.
Maybe they were.
It was not stellar. It was not the Marvel franchise of films, but it was okay.
I think why they made that is because they were trying to build some sort of Justice League thing like they do with the Avengers, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, they were, and they still are, but it's not working very well.
Yeah,
not really.
On the other hand, if they were to just incorporate Arrow and the new Flash series into their cinematic universe, then everything would be okay. But they're not going to do that, because they're dicks.
No, they just don't know how to make superhero movies.
Apparently know how to make superhero TV shows.
Yeah, it's the weird disconnect.
Well, I mean, with Arrow, they don't really need much. They just need good plot. They don't need the fucking.
It's like Marvel can make movies, and they're not the best at TV shows. They're getting better at it, but DC can't make movies a lot of the time, but they can make TV shows.
I haven't heard anything about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I wouldn't know.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. apparently got way better.
Yeah, it got way better. Like, after the frickin' Winter Soldier thing, S.H.I.E.L.D. basically collapses.
Imploded.
And then things get really interesting. And so it was okay, and it got really, really good really fast.
If memory serves, and I don't know which character, but I'm going to mild spoiler here. One of the main characters in the series turns out to be a plant.
Yeah.
I don't mean a literal plant. I mean a fucking metaphorical plant.
Yeah, they're a Hydra agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch that show now that I know that.
Yeah, and then that
spoiler actually made me want to watch the show more. So
yeah, and that character gets sent to jail or whatever, and then they get replaced by a better character.
Oh, that's actually very good news.
I'm not even joking. Like, this other character, he's a descendant of the Howling Commandos. Captain America's Howling Commandos.
I know who they are.
Yeah, his grandpa was one of them, or something.
Wait, would that be Captain America's makeshift unit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the film?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's actually really cool.
So they replaced the boring Hydra agent with
interesting character.
Yeah, an interesting character, which is great. I love that.
I need to watch that show. Okay. I'm on board. Gives me something to do for the summer when there's no TV. Yeah. I miss Arrow already. It's only been like 2 weeks.
Still haven't watched that.
How have you still not watched that?
Because I haven't had time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it either.
I didn't think you were going to.
Yeah.
I just thought Cam was.
I didn't think I was going to either,
sure.
But I might. Cause
it's good. You should watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other recommendations?
I got nothing. So,
yeah, no. I already gave mine.
All right.
You lazy
I've
bum.
got a challenge.
Oh.
Hey, you remember from a few episodes ago where I talked about doing a One Piece fic where Luffy joins the Marines instead of being a pirate? Someone please do that, because I'm never gonna.
Do it right.
I might do that. I don't know. I've got free time.
I could do that, but I have too much going on to do that.
Yeah, I actually, I'm starting up 2 new fics. World and S is only one of them. So I can't do that.
Mm. Please, somebody out there.
And make it so that it changes
Anybody hear
everything.
me? Yes, make it so it changes everything. If you want to try this, I do have some ideas for an outline for the first couple of chapters for why he switches sides, as it were. But, yeah.
You just change the deciding factor that made him a pirate, and then he becomes a Marine. It's really all you need to do.
Yeah. Memory serves, my general idea was Shanks leaves after the whole Mountain Bandits thing, and then real pirates show up.
And then the Marines save
things.
them. Yeah. Or something like that.
I don't even think you need I don't even think you need the Marines saving them thing.
No.
Yeah, you don't, have real pirates attack and have him fight pirates and be like, if these guys suck, I'm going to go fight them and get revenge or whatever. I don't know. Just join the Marines.
Mm.
And then you get a very different Luffy.
You do.
Like, you can still get, like, a silly, kind of dumb Luffy, but he's a Luffy with a mission.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue he has a mission now, but not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
More of a mission than he does now. I'm going to find the One Piece and do things along the way.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's it for this week. I do want to ask our audience if they would like to see us do anything in the future, then please comment on the YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to be doing other stuff, if we do other stuff. In particular, are there any topics you would like us to discuss? Are there any questions you want to ask us? Then feel free to ask.
Any Let's Plays you want us to do?
Any Let's Plays you want us to do? Be aware we don't have a lot of time to do them, and we don't have very much funds. So, cheap games, that we could get very quickly and just set up really quickly and get it done.
Preferably
that'd be
for
great.
PC so we can all play them.
Absolutely,
Oh,
just
yeah.
for PC, because I don't think anyone can capture on anything else.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it'd have to be a PC game. But we'll absolutely think about doing it. We won't do any Nintendo games. As I mentioned, I'm probably going to end up taking that episode of the Pokemon Let's Play down. I might revisit it at some point in the future.
It's a
Don't
hack,
bet on it.
though, so I don't know.
That doesn't really help our case.
Not so much, no.
It's a hack of a game that they made, and it's played on an emulator, and it's very clearly played on an emulator because it's in the video.
It's visible. It's not like you cut it out or anything.
Yeah. I still haven't figured out how to cut it out, really. Actually, I have, but I have to do it in another editing program. Yeah. So that's probably going to be brought down, and yeah. Nintendo suck. Zero isn't even bothering to correct me, so Zero's pretty pissed about this too.
Yeah.
Kelly's sitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's just not right. No.
Oh well. That's how it goes.
PlayStation has PlayStation has technology in it built for you too.
Yep. They have built-in features so that we can do this, and we can even monetize it. But Nintendo is saying, fuck you, we want your money.
Pretty much.
In fairness, they are failing at the moment, so...
If their Wii U
Yeah.
was selling a lot better.
They're not
they
failing as
might
hard
have
as
been more
Sony
open
is,
to it.
so...
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony's doing pretty bad.
Sony in general, yes. The PlayStation thing is doing amazing, but
Yeah.
everything else is kind of falling through.
Yeah,
All
don't
right.
buy any Sony.
So I guess,
Right, we should end.
yeah, we should end.
All right. So, thank you once again for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 37. If you'd like to get in contact with us, please do so through the Blogspot page through the comments, or through our own personal profiles on fanfiction.net, or through the YouTube channel through the comments. Once again, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 37. Bye now.
Remember,
guys. See ya.
if you don't chew bid red, fuck you.
Okay.
That was an interesting end.
Did you just censor yourself? Fuck you.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.